So I define American dream is to live in a country that makes it possible for you to be the best that you can be without limitations of war, of poverty, of natural disasters, and to have the opportunities at your door to make it everything possible for you to succeed in life.
All right. What did you come to America looking for?
I didn't want to come to America. I came because my mom brought me here.
All right. And why did your mom want to bring you here?
So after the collapse of the Soviet Union, there was an overnight devaluation of currency, and there was just overnight poverty. And from being in Soviet Union for so many decades, it was just everything just completely ended overnight. There was no money, no food. There were lines of people for food. Like overnight, you wake up, there's absolutely no food in the grocery stores. And she wanted to give me a better life, and the United States had the opportunity that Soviet Union at the time never had.
How old were you?
I was 10 years old.
10 years old.
Yeah, I was 10 years old, so I came here in 5th grade. Yeah.
How is America different from what you thought it was going to be like?
So my idea of America was from movies. So my idea of America was Hollywood. Because back in the Soviet Union, we did not have much exposure to like actual Americans. We had the movies.
They have restrictions, limitations
Yeah,
on what you
so
can
like
watch?
contraband. So for example, the American culture and Western culture was completely not allowed to be part of the Soviet Union discussion because they want the Soviet Union to be completely number one of your life. So my mom was working for a cruise line, so she brought back gum, like jeans, and that was all contraband. Like you're not supposed to have that. So I thought that it was going to be like Hollywood movies, Jackie Chan, just really awesome, and like a Hollywood, because that's what we knew, Hollywood movies.
Did you want to be an actor?
I did not. I just wanted to have the money of an actor.
What are your goals of achieving the American dream? What were your goals?
Education.
Education.
I was brought up to, because in the Soviet Union, education and being athletic was two of the most sought after characters of a citizen. Olympics, and we valued physical strength and also mental strength. So education has always been and will always be part of my life.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you believe the American dream is? Happiness, money, or something else?
Freedom. American dream is freedom.
Your American dream is freedom.
Freedom. So if you have freedom to do, like, you can have freedom to go and be whoever you want right now, okay? Right now, unfortunately, where I was born in Donetsk is in war. They completely destroyed the whole city. So
Where
the
is it?
freedom, it's in Donetsk.
So which region of it?
So eastern part of Donetsk. So I flew out of the airport in 2013, and the next year it was the battleground where the Russian-Ukrainian soldiers were fighting. They completely destroyed a $300 million airport, destroyed.
So they're by the border?
I was on the border of Russia. So you know that plane, that Asian airplane that was shut down?
Yeah.
That was my city. I called my grandmother that day, and she said she had neighbors who saw bodies drop from the sky to their living room because of the airplane crash.
That's pretty crazy.
It was horrible.
Do you think the American dream was exaggerated?
I mean, the idea of something is always bigger than when it's the reality, in a sense, in your mind. But this is the best. This is, with all its troubles, with all its problems, it's the best country in the world because you can come here as an immigrant with $20 in your pocket and be anything you want.
What are you right now?
Real estate agent.
Real estate agent.
Yeah. You can be anything. You can be absolutely anything you want.
Do you need to work hard for the American dream?
Work hard and work smart.
You need to work hard and work smart.
Work smart, right? Don't you agree?
Yeah. How does that idea affect the way you are, how you live?
I've always had the mentality of I had to work all the time and not to depend on anybody, not like the lottery or parents or such. I think working hard and working smart is the only way to be independent and succeed in life. Because once you have that, nothing can touch you. No one can touch you if you have that as part of your core beliefs.
What was your first job and how old were you?
So my very first job in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working when I was 13 years old. It was mowing lawns in Florida.
Florida. Is that where you spend your childhood, your teenage years?
So I came from when I flew from the then collapsed Soviet Union. I flew into Miami, and my then stepfather picked me up from Miami, and we drove all the way to Tampa, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried all the time because I hated being here. I was away from my friends and such. So I was mowing lawns when I was 13 years old, and I was babysitting. I was working in retirement homes. I've never stopped working. So ever since I was 13 years old, I was working.
How is America different from when you first came here?
America different now?
Mm-hmm. From when you first came here.
It became really, really negative. I think it's because of the leadership we might have at the moment. It's become very, very ugly. That one person. It's very reminiscent of what's going on in my country now, and it's in the middle of a war. We lost over 4,000 people. So it's very ugly if you allow this type of negativity to affect your people, and it's okay to be ugly to each other. It could lead into something which is a war in my country. I never thought of that in 2000s. I'm watching BBC News, and there is my elementary school being bombed. Maybe in Iraq, in Iran, maybe in Yugoslavia when there was war, but in this time of the world, that's really quite sad.
And what do you think of the current political state of America?
Could be better. Could be nicer to each other and kind.
Alright, me too. Alright, it was nice talking with you.
This is me around 7 to 8 years old in the Soviet Union. We had to wear uniforms for all our school functions and to attend school. Same photo as well here. 7 to 8 years old. This is me shortly before I left the United States. My grandmother's kitchen next to a samovar. And this is a photo of me with my both sets of grandparents right before I left, and both of them passed away, unfortunately. This is me in the Soviet Union classroom in Donetsk, Ukraine. This is me when I graduated college with honors in Florida. Again, this is me when my graduation party, degree in finance and international studies.